Hey guys, Dom here, back with another video on Elder Scrolls Legends, again about the Isle of Madness expansion coming up, but this time about the new card Madness Beckons, which is on the store, on offer, maybe yesterday? Yeah, yesterday, for 2,000 gold. Now, from asking a Reddit user to send me a link of all this, his name's Fiverr49, good guy, don't actually know him though. He's sent me this image with all of the cards that have been revealed to be created by this card. And I just thought today we'd go through them and we'd kind of work out where they'd fit in with what current cards are already in Legends. And who knows, from this we might be able to work on what could be coming next in the actual Isle of Madness expansion. So the first card in the top middle is Fortress Guard, which is a 4-cost, 3 attack, 4 power, or 3 power, 4 health, Imperial, and its effect is summon. You may discard a card to summon a 2/2 Colovian Trooper with guard in the other lane. Now, this will go with other guard decks, and it's not too bad, especially for when you have dead draws, but on the other hand, you are having to give up a card in your hand to get more out of its effect. But on the other hand, you don't need to do that effect. So 4-cost, 3/4 guard. That's not too bad, I suppose. And yeah, there's not really much else to him. Okay, top right now. Grunmite Magus. Magus? Probably Magus. So that's a 7-cost. And it's 5/5 guard. Summon. Your opponent discards the highest cost action in their hand. Now, I can already see one issue with this. And that's it's quite specific. There are several decks which just don't run actions. Although that being said, if it was something like support, then I guess it would be even worse. But no, action, it's a bit weird, and against the wrong deck it will be just a worthless 5/5 guard. Well, not really worthless, but overpriced to say the least. And as it's the first of many, hopefully, Grunmite cards, we don't really know what else they could do. This kind of fits in with the idea of just messing with your opponent, but I don't know if there's actually any attribute to that, as I haven't made any decks like that. But yeah, there's not really much else I can say about that card. Okay, middle left, Icy Shambles. So this is obviously based off of Shambles, but Frost version. 4-cost, 2 power, 3 health. The effect Shackle creatures. Oh, shackle creatures damaged by. Yeah. Shackle all creatures that are damaged by Icy Shambles. Don't know what that took somebody tries to say. Apologies. And when it's summoned, deal 2 damage to a creature. So, when it hits the board, it will deal 2 damage to something and shackle it, which makes it a stronger arrow to the knee off the bat, as well as having a 2/3 body, which that isn't too bad. It's also a skeleton, which fits in with the skeleton archetype, which I believe is mostly endurance, but I'm sure people can make some creative intelligence endurance decks there. And oh yeah, it can also link to the shackle side as well, which is mostly intelligence with those slavers. So yeah, it does have lots of potential. Could go in several different types of decks, and it is decently low on how much it costs to play. So yeah, there's not really that much of an issue with it. I think it'd be a good card. Right, now onto the middle. Dark Seducer, 8-cost, 7/7 drain guard. Dark Seducer drains on both turns. Now, this does have me questioning because I haven't personally seen or used this card. Whether that means if someone were to attack it, the drain would go off. I'd assume it doesn't, but that might be what it means. Or if it means, yeah, it should do actually, because if you use battle on a card that your opponent has, and it has something like drain, it still goes off. So, unless they're going to change some of the rules, I'd assume that this means that if you attack it, the drain will also go off, which is actually very good. Especially as it's only 1 power and health below its magicka cost, and it's a guard as well. So they're going to have to attack it. So yeah, this is definitely an excellent addition to any guard decks, which are, say, Willpower Endurance, like Alduin's Apocalypse, or just, yeah, any endurance deck. Okay. Middle right now, Crazed Hunger. 2 cost, Daedra. Charge, Crazed Hunger has 2 extra attack on your turn. Now, this is like Murkwater Goblin and what's the other one? It's like Deranged Corpus or something like that. Yeah, so this can go with the archetype of just having no attack on your turn and becoming quite tanky on your opponents, or tanky, glass cannony is probably a better word. So it does fit in with other cards previously seen, as well as it being agile in agility. But that being said, it is probably just an upgrade on cards already out there, really. It depends what you want, as Deranged Corpus, I'm going to assume it's called, that's 5/1, but it's only 1 cost to play, and doesn't have charge. And Murkwater Goblin, that is just worse statted, but it is a 0 cost, and if you play Swindler's Market like me, you will adore that card, just because it's something that you summon, really annoy your opponent because it takes off 1 of their health and gives you a bit of health, or more, depending on how many Swindler's Markets you got played. But all in all, I do think this could be a good card for just doing a quick bit of damage out of nowhere, maybe finishing off your opponent. Okay, on to the last card, the most intriguing of the lot, in my opinion. Giant Chicken. Last gasp, fill this lane with 1/1 confused villagers, and to the right we have a picture of a confused villager who looks very, very angry. Yeah, quite glowy at the same time. But what's important to notice here is that this is much more, well, yes, much better than the prize chicken that was added by the Heroes of Skyrim expansion. And I feel like this card could actually get some serious use, especially as I believe there is a card which activates all last gasps on the field. I don't know if there is. Put down in the comments if there is or isn't. And, you know, if you think that'd be cool to have one into the game, yeah, just say it if you want. But this card here does have a lot of good work with just filling up a lane. So you got swarm mechanics in there, as well as actually being decently statted, I guess. Maybe a bit under for a 7 cost. But when you think about it, that overall it is going to be like a 9/9, which summons 5 different units. It is pretty good. And yeah, I'm sure people will find good use to this quirky little card and will kind of make a few opponents giggle. But other than that, that is all the new cards that you can see from Madness Beckons, or that I'm aware of. If you know of any others, please put them down in the comments, because I'm more than interested to know what else you can get with these cards. And yeah, if you find out any more Isle of Madness news, please put it down in the comments and I'll try and make a video on it, because I am really enjoying making these videos, talking about what could be added in the next expansion that we're getting into Legends. Other than that, hope you guys have a good rest of the year, and I'll see you next time.